I was sitting back reflecting today, and I like to walk around when I get off of work, or if I have a busy day, anything that I'm doing. If I had like an online project that I was doing, or just doing, editing videos like I'm doing now. And what I like to do, I like to just walk through the city, especially in Manhattan. Um, there's a thing, especially in New York, that like Manhattan is not the real New York, which is true because I've been living here for some time, and I do, you do see the difference, right? But I'm a kind of person where I live life not wanting to be too comfortable. I get out my comfort zone and I do things that, for motivation, inspiration. I'm never comfortable. I learned that because being here, anything could happen, financially especially. And I walk around to gain inspiration. I reflect back when I first officially came to the city by myself, walking around, until now. I'm here living, just living my, doing what I gotta do. Life be life, and you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong. When the city is good, when life, days is good, it's good. When it's bad here, it's terrible. And definitely, you got this time where you just don't want to be here. But one of the things that I realized, right, and I was just thinking, I would never know this feeling and and understand what I'm going through until I did it. I was reflecting back when I went to Africa. I would never know the continent of Africa, especially going to East Africa, until I went. But one of the things I learned that you will never know anything until you try it. Before I get into the video, let me introduce myself. This is Gene, your best friend, your new best friend. I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Please, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Share my videos. Share my videos. Listen, today we're going to talk about do what you have to do. Anything you want to do, just do it. You will never not know what you like until you try it. Now, don't go out here and just do anything illegal, do anything crazy or nothing like that. I'm not telling you to do that. But where, like, if you want to do something like you want to travel, now, in these times now, be very careful. If you're not a person who's used to traveling, definitely be careful. But I'm saying, like, if it's some place where you want to go to another state, you want to go to a nearby country like Canada, start off somewhere that's, here, that doesn't mean that, things won't happen to you, but it's much more convenient, more safe, put it like that. But I reflect on right too. I've been to Canada too. Vancouver is dope. Shouts out to people in Vancouver. Dope. I would love to go back again. Um, but I've been to many places, right? I've traveled to meet friends that I've never at one point I didn't meet them in person. It was online. I met them, and that was a chance. And reflecting back and thinking about how things are now, that was really like a very dangerous position that I was in, but I went and go forward. In today's world, you can't do stuff like that because, times are changing. You see what's going on in the news. But for me personally, I did that because, for one, it was some type of opportunity, meeting someone new, that was putting me on to certain things. And it was really cool. You know what I mean? I went to visit Canada at the time, and it was a beautiful experience. Definitely opened my mind. Went to the West Coast, went to Seattle. I tried it. I'm able to go and say, hey, when I talk to people from Seattle, yeah, yeah, I've been to, Seattle. Oh, how you like it? And then when I bring up certain things about Seattle, oh wow, yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, oh, yeah. And that's the cool thing about it, because when conversations come about, I can at least talk about I tried it now. I'm not saying I travel just to talk about things, but just experience it and trying it and going to do it. And also, it was spending money. You know what I mean? There's things that we do every day that we're afraid of to do, and this we thinking about it's going to cost money, and we spend on that every day on nonsense. Example, we spend that on food that we eat that we barely need to eat all the time, right? Sometimes like who who snacks sometimes for no apparent reason. Sometimes I have before until I realize, yo, I'm snacking too much. Instead, you could just put that money towards a flight ticket. I don't want to say flight ticket, but like you can make payments now, flight tickets, right? But you never know until you try it. You know, that course, that job you apply for, anything. And that's one thing about life that I learned is like when you do it, you can at least say, okay, you know what? It was for me. I like it. You know what? I'm gonna continue to do this. Or you can say, you know what? I did it. I tried it. It's not my thing. You know, it could be anything. It was a situation, right? It was a country. I'm not gonna say what country it is, cause don't get me wrong. I don't want to offend anyone. I went to the country, heard from two people, looked it up online. Oh, this is a beautiful place. That, this, okay. I went and to the place, and I was like, okay. First night, I'm excited. You know, I'm only going to be there for like 5 days at the time, 4 or 5 days. Well, all right. Went there. Okay, I'm there. Second day, I'm experiencing all this. I'm like, yo, these people are. Now, I'm not saying this is what how it is, and that's how our people is. They're kind of rude and they're funny. I'm talking to them, and until the third, fourth day, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? It's time for me to get out of here. And then until I spoke to some people about that place I was at, they was like, oh yeah, I've heard many stories about. And I'm like, yo, you mean to tell me that this is? But guess what? It took me to go there and experience that for me to notice that, okay, you know what? It's a beautiful country, but I will not come back. If that makes sense. Like I said, who knew? What if I didn't go? What if I didn't go? I would just be talking about it the whole time, and now 5 days is just only 5 days, and you will never know the culture or anything. But for those days, I really understood and I seen the corruption of what happened and how people are, and I'm seeing how the scams is going, and even trying to do stuff, and that was the reason why some stuff things was blocking from certain things I was trying to use my phone, because the country is known for that. I'm like, yo, not a frustration, stress. I'm like, yo, but like I said, it took for me to go there to know that, okay, this is why. And then when I spoke to someone about this, especially the person when I went there, and the friend that he told me, yeah, I had that problem too. I'm like, what? What? I know I keep on going on, but like, look, like I said, it took for me to go there and get my own perspective. All right. Now, I'm not telling you to go anywhere and do something that you don't want to do, you won't like, and then after that, to spend your money. No. But how would you know if you don't like it? And I heard some other people say that they love it. They like it. You know what I mean? So everybody has their own thing. Another example, a business. Try a business. Maybe you'll try the business, you will like it. You will love it. Okay, you know what? That's my thing. Maybe you had to fail a couple of times for you to know, okay, you know what? All right, you know what? This is what I need to work on. Or you can be like, hey, that business is not for me. I'd rather just be an employee. you know? But I'm guessing you guys understand where I'm coming from. So like I said, if anything that you want to do it. You won't know until you try, all right? So if the video resonate with you, I invite you guys to please like, share, and subscribe to your best friend. You know, best friend. And I'll see you in the next video, all right? Peace.